I like a beer in a tin.
There's a Plymouth in you. Hi.
There isn't any Plymouth in me.
Isn't there?
No, my mum lived there for like a year.
Yeah, you've got a year's worth of Plymouth in you. Anyway, hi everyone.
I feel like slapping you right now.
I'm sorry, I'm a clammy old dad right now, but it's about 35 degrees in this office, so...
It's 26
I
degrees.
need to open the window actually, because this is ridiculous.
26 degrees.
Yeah, but not in
and
here,
it's going
Maybe 26 degrees outside, but in here
up to... Shut up.
Why are you telling me shut up?
Because I'm trying to speak and you're always talking over me. It's going up to 31 later this week, so I don't know how you're going to handle that.
So we're just
You should get one of those hats.
We're just drinking ice with the fans in built in. I do secretly want one of those.
Please, can you do it? I mean, it's about time.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you mean it's about time? Let that one slip under the radar. Not about time. It is about time.
We can get away with it now.
At my age, you can get away with a lot of things.
As a
can't you?
joke.
Yeah.
No, you cannot get away with a lot of things. You can get away with going topless right now.
Could I?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pay whatever
that's a shame.
somebody might be eating when they're watching this. Right. Anyway, hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Wow. How do we unpack this?
Let's say hello normally.
Okay. Hello, normally.
Oh.
Such a dad.
Oh.
I love you. Mwah.
I hate you.
You don't hate me. You little rat. Where's I put my...
I hate you.
Oh, Rufus, don't say that. Right, okay, we got to unpack.
Anyway.
What's happened?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
I'm like a
What are you?
presenter. Children. Hello. Welcome to CBBC.
Sorry, so hot.
Yeah, we didn't do that quickly,
No.
like we discussed.
Right, let's explain what's going
Let's cut and then...
on. Let's just
start
keep it
again.
flowing. We'll just keep going.
Oh, no.
Yeah, why?
No.
Do you want to start again?
Yeah, I want to start again.
From top?
Yeah.
No, let's just keep going.
That was a ramble and a half just to say hello.
I think it's fine.
And I'm sitting here in a swimming costume and sweating my arse off.
Okay.
Look,
right.
guys, look
let's
what
start
I've
again.
got.
Let's be professional.
We're going into it now.
Okay.
Look what I've got.
I have what I think is a hairline fracture in my, I think it's the tibia, like the front part of my leg. I think that's what it is. Originally I thought it was a shin splint because I have been doing lots of running during lockdown and not warming up or warming down, which is really naughty.
I'm bringing sexy bear.
She didn't even do it very ceremoniously. She just happened to running around. She just ran around a bit
No, it
too
wasn't
much.
running around. I was doing 10k runs 3 times a week. It was like a lengthy...
You did one 10k run?
8k then. 8k runs.
You can't add a couple of k here, there and everywhere.
Oh, you do that all the time to everything.
No, I do, definitely.
The chase landed on Marshall's plank, catapulting the Dalmatian as well as the 2 buckets through the air.
Rufus loves playing with this, it's called Kinetic sand. It's like sand which has been coated in a type of oil so it doesn't dry out. And I am absolutely obsessed with it. This is probably the most satisfying thing you're ever going to see. Look at this. Okay, watch this, shit's about to get real. That's not a niche interest, by the way. There are millions of people that are into kinetic sand cutting. I checked on YouTube the other day, and it's a thing. There's videos with like millions of views of sickos like me that need to get their kinetic sand cutting hits. Whew. I feel alive.
It's been a weird time. I think in the 7-8 years of production, I don't think I've ever found it this difficult to produce a video in this current climate. It's just... I've been filming and shooting. We both have. But...
Yeah.
What we've filmed and what we've shot just hasn't seemed to have worked, and I think that's because of the energy hasn't been right.
I think the issue has been that during lockdown, I feel like never have we all craved like community and feeling something more, yet with everything else that's going on, it feels almost inappropriate to put normal things in a video without acknowledging the wider world.
Yeah.
And it's quite scary to acknowledge the wider world as a creator because you don't want to say or do the wrong things without educating yourself.
Have you seen it out there? It's like a fucking war zone. Hold on. Looks like a celebrity just tweeted about it.
When the Michelax title finishes after this week's video, there's going to be a clip, a scene where I kind of explain it. So if you want to watch that, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but it will kind of hopefully explain it in a weird kind of way, using an old early 90s kids TV show as a metaphor. We've started doing a podcast. It's not up yet, but we're working on it at the moment. So we're going to start embracing that now going forward and start doing podcasts. And I think that's kind of going to influence these videos a little bit more, where I want to do less jump cuts and I want to make them less edited and make them a bit more just chatty
Normal,
like this.
like real life?
Yeah.
Rather than like an edited version of life?
Right, you ready?
I am.
Let's hit that record.
Basically, I watched something that Stef had edited a couple of days ago and I was like, I just didn't connect to it. And then we had this like weird evening where he was upset and I was like, I shouldn't have been honest.
Hannah,
but I can't lie. I'm so bad at lying.
Hannah never watches the videos with me anymore because she can't stand the fact that when she watches the videos,
you can read everything.
I'm not watching the video with her, I'm watching her watching the video, picking up on nuances from Hannah to know if something's gone a bit flat and boring, or if some bits just she switched off on a certain bit, or if some bits annoyed her. Shut up, George. He's heard a dog barking outside now, he has to bark. Anyway, yeah, so she won't watch it with me anymore because she hates the fact that I'm just trying to get a read on her the whole time. But I sat with her and we watched the last week's one because it's been a while since we uploaded it, and I said, look, I'm going to upload this tomorrow morning, would you watch it with me? And she did. And when it finished, I said, you didn't like it, did you? And she's like, no. And then we decided not to upload it, which has never happened before. Normally, if we have a long time off, we come back with a bit of a bang, like something really strong, and this one was just weak.
It wasn't weak, it was just, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I think that it reflected in your editing that you weren't feeling sprightly and positive, and it just wasn't, I don't know, I just didn't connect with it, and I was in it, and it was my family, and I was like, if I'm not connecting with it, then we should wait and like pad it out with other more positive things, and I don't know.
I feel after all of these years of production as well, the one thing that I've learned is that you need to create something that people connect with, and if people don't establish a connection to your work, then you're not doing it right. So yeah, but it's a tricky time to create, that's for sure. It's a very, very tricky time to create. What I've done now is I've taken a step back from watching the news. And normally every day, first thing I do is read the news. I listen to podcasts about the news, I watch the news, I'm constantly keeping up on Twitter and finding out what's happening and listening to kind of social commentators and stuff, and just always keeping on top of it. But it's been destroying me from the inside out. It's been chipping away at me, and I now have to just take a sabbatical from current affairs and news and not know what's going on, because it's just too depressing, and it's affecting every part of my life. Sleep with anxiety attacks at like 4 a.m. in the morning, waking up completely impacted like an anxiety attack.
I suggested this to him.
Yeah,
by the
Hannah
way.
did suggest it.
I personally stopped reading so much of the news and going on social media as much as I had been right at the beginning of lockdown. Like 2 weeks in, I was like, God, this is really stressing me out, and like I felt out of control. Like I couldn't control any of this wider stuff, so I stopped looking at it and then just looked at what I can control, and you can control your own feelings most of the time.
You literally open up Twitter and you see people get beaten up, you see people getting shot,
Oh my God,
getting
and
killed.
you watch that stuff in the morning, and like even when you're
I'm making my coffee.
you're making coffee and you're watching someone be beat up, and I hear it in the background, and I'm like, that's stressing me out, and I'm just hearing it, and I hate that.
It's horrible.
I'm one of those people that I have to leave my phone like away from me until I've had my breakfast, and then I'm like, okay, now I can deal with the world.
Yeah. So I'm having some time off it, and I'm only 2 days in now, but already I'm feeling better, and I'm sleeping better. Since I've stopped, I've made an active. But the problem is, I like being up to date on what's going on. I like knowing what's happening in the world, and knowing what's going on in politics and current affairs and world affairs, and I just can't do it anymore. I need to take a break. I need to just embrace being a bit naive and not tuned into it, because I can't do it. It's too repressive. But anyway, there has been some nice things that have happened over the past few weeks. We took Rufus to buy his first bike.
You know why time seems to be getting faster as you get older? It's because you have far more points of reference. When you're a kid and it's like the summer holidays, and that seems to go on forever. It's because we have far less points of reference then, and as you get older and you've got way more points of reference, your perception of time seems to condense, therefore it becomes like so much quicker. And that's why I love capturing all of this, because there's so much of what happens in our lives that just shoots past. You barely have time to acknowledge it and appreciate it before it's gone. I'm about to buy Rufus his first bike, and I'm never going to buy my son his first bike ever again. It's a moment that I want to keep forever. And I don't trust this matter inside my skull to actually archive it effectively. So filming it means I can relive it over and over again.
Hey, Ruben, should we go and buy you a bike?
After I get my helicopter, gonna get my scooter, and I get my helicopter, but I can't get my helicopter.
So I took Rufus to buy his first bike. Just go and put your shoes on. Go on then, kiddo. See you in a bit, George. You're not coming. What colour bike do you want, Ruby? You want a pink bike? How 2020? Do you want it to go fast or slow? Okay, I'll get the fastest pink bike that they have in stock.
Yeah, I'm superhero, and superhero, and Daddy is.
We're both superheroes, are we?
Yeah? Yeah.
We am. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we can get you on a 20-incher, I reckon.
He wheeled out this one, which was basically just a bike that I could have ridden.
Something like this.
That's massive.
It is quite big, isn't it? But
Yeah, man, that's way too big.
Technically, no.
I think their measurement system was a little bit wrong. But anyway, we ended up finding him one that was more his size, which was pink.
So, that looks about right. Yeah.
Bring it forward. I'll hold you, don't worry. That's it. Push up your feet. Good boy.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Question.
Oh, thanks, mate. That's her being such a good boy. Okay?
Okay.
I love you very much. Bless him, he got so excited over the whole buying his first bike experience that he weed himself in the bike shop. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. Do you want me to grab something? I'm really sorry, mate. Rufus, it's going to take us a long time to get back to the car if that's how you're going to walk the whole way. I'll never forget what my sister said to me once when we were expecting Grayson. She said, prepare to feel guilty for absolutely everything for the rest of your life. A big part of being a parent is constant crippling guilt. So naturally I felt guilty that Rufus had a sparkly new pink bike and Grayson didn't. So I had to balance the equilibrium and go and get him one too. I was a bit low-key worried that we wouldn't be allowed back in after Rufus pissed all over the place, but luckily they forgave us. I'll never forget my mum taking my sister and I to buy our first proper bikes. It's just one of those moments that you'll never forget, buying your first bike. Do you love it? How fast do you think you're going to go on that one?
Big.
But yeah, apologies for taking so long off.
How long has it been? I felt like you were really good at the beginning of lockdown. You put videos up all the time, and then you just were like, eh.
The thing is, with the beginning of lockdown, that was a fascinating time. And there was so much to draw from because we were all in this thing and it was all happening and affecting all of us. So it was easy to create from. After a while, it just chips away at you, though. And the not being around anyone and life being taken away and your civil liberties being reduced chips away at you, and it kind of has this horrible residual effect where it just takes away any sense of creativity and takes away any inspiration, and you're left just feeling a bit kind of beaten up by it all, and you just want normal life to resume. So now life's seeping back in, which is great.
It's so funny that you feel like that, because I did feel like that, but now I feel like, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but I almost feel like the opposite, where I'm kind of mourning like proper lockdown, where I'm like, oh, I miss not having like pressure to go out and not having pressure to see people and do things, and I don't know, I finally feel like I got comfortable with that, and now it's changed again, and I'm like, oh.
You just hate change, though.
I hate change.
You've always hated change.
I think that's why I made a roast on a Tuesday. Because I was like, it is still lockdown. I can just make a roast today, it's fine.
It's a great roast.
I'm in my sweet costume on a Tuesday. Making a roast. That's a breakdown, guys.
Yeah. But I know what you mean. I miss us going out for walks together on a date. I miss having the freedom. We used to get mum over to babysit. We would go off and do loads of stuff and have that independence and not be parents for a while.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff I miss. But it's just a tricky time. I think everyone's affected by it completely differently. Everyone's affected by this in so many different ways. And sometimes you're affected by it in a way that isn't too overtly obvious. You might be affected by it in sleep patterns being disrupted and just your general moody. You're quite moody, and it's sometimes difficult to, collate the two and try to link them up. You wonder if it's actually connected, but I think it is. I
love that you've got like a random transformer buried underneath the cushions.
Yeah, dad life.
I think therapists are definitely going to see like a massive influx of people.
Yeah, of course. Definitely marriage counsellors too.
Also, I think anyway, like people have had a chance to be with themselves in their thoughts.
Mm.
Do you want a cuddle, baby?
Yeah.
Come here.
Why didn't you trick me?
He tricked you.
He's na.
He went na 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 na.
Yeah,
And you didn't like it.
yeah.
Oh
And I
dear.
have some milk.
Yeah, you can have some. You've still got your apple juice on the go, you know.
These videos plug so directly into us and how we feel and how we're emotionally connecting to our world at the time. It's all interwoven and interconnected. And so when something is having this negative effect on us and is troubling us, like for instance Hannah,
Every 6 weeks,
cycles,
I can't film.
Yeah, there's normally we break when Hannah goes through a particular cycle.
No, I wouldn't say we break. I would say we both know not to bother trying, and that around that period I have to hibernate, basically.
Yeah. Which Hannah has found.
It's a thing. And I always thought I was the only one, and it made me so happy knowing that I wasn't crazy and that it wasn't just my like crazy hormones. I was actually normal.
Yeah.
But people don't talk about it. Anyway, that's another video.
So you've got that, and so when you're vlogging and you're filming and you have that happening and you have this inner turmoil and anger and frustrations, it transcends. And if you don't film that and if you don't draw from that, then you're not being genuine and you're making something that's just fake and it's not real. But then if you draw too much from it, then it becomes really kind of off-putting to watch because it's just you having a crisis and nobody wants to
You're
watch
always having a crisis
somebody having a crisis. I'm in a constant
Every
perpetual state of a crisis.
Tuesday, guys, he has a crisis.
All right.
You do on Tuesdays. That's your thing.
It's part of the job.
Are you
I think.
having one right now?
No, I think I'm coming through a crisis right now. Actually.
They're so insignificant in the grand scheme of things, just a little boy sitting on a little kind of balance bike and pushing himself along, but that's what life's all about at these moments.
Mummy, look at this.
Mommy.
It's so easy to not really objectively acknowledge them. You just kind of let them pass by and oh, that was nice. But you've really got to stand outside of the moment and look into the moment and be like, wow, that was incredible. It was such a non-thing that happened, but it's what kind of makes us human. These little things that happen, these little events in our lives. It's not the grandiose things that happen like the big fancy weddings and stuff like that. It's the tiny little things. It's those tiny little intimate moments.
Oh, I'm so proud of little Roo riding his bike for the first time.
Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Anyway, the way I want to change the videos going forward is to make them a little bit less edited and make them a little bit more just talking.
Can we also just acknowledge the fact that I've been telling you to do that for like 3 years?
I don't want to bring them back to what they were in terms of that style, but I want to move them forward in terms of make them more like long form, conversational, talking with interwoven kind of cinematography and pieces about stuff and editorial pieces, almost written pieces that are woven in, but more just like this, more we just have a beer, we sit down with a mic and a camera on in a 35-degree office where I'm sweating.
Can we just talk about
like a
something as
robber.
well? Because I'm really pissed off about this product that I bought. I bought it because someone recommended it. I won't say who it is.
Who is it?
You won't know them anyway, but I bought it and then I thought, well, we're having a really crappy weather time in the UK at the moment. There's like thunderstorms and it's raining and it's cold. So I thought I would put these bloody things on my feet and I would have a foot peel treatment.
You're such an influencer.
Oh, it's so annoying though, because I was like, I'll do it now and then no one needs to see my feet for the next 7 days anyway, so who cares?
What is it? A bag you put your feet in?
Basically, you put, I mean, I'm sure it's probably going to give me loads of toxins and give me some horrible disease or something. No, it didn't feel good either. But between 1 to 5 days, it's supposed to get all the dead skin off your feet.
Oh, that sounds so
and
unhealthy.
because I haven't been to any kind of beauty place and not had any
system. They would have told you not to do that.
Do you want to slap today, honey? Because you're going the right way. Anyway, so I haven't been to any beauty place, so I mean it needs it. And I was like, I've got 5 days. It's not going to be nice in 5 days. Day 5 is the day my feet start deciding to peel. Oh look, I'm in your office.
Oh, don't peel in my office.
That is what the foot peel does.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I know.
That's so gross.
I know.
Why would you ever do that?
And now it's fucking sunny.
Never peel your feet.
It's fucking sunny, and I'm like,
well, who's going to look at your peely old mum feet?
It said
now?
1 to 7.
We're in lockdown still.
No one's going to look at me. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Exactly. Don't worry about it.
Except you.
I don't really care about a bit of peeling skin.
Don't you? You never look at my feet anyway. Exactly. Literally, you never look at my feet.
You came out breech. Of course I don't look at your feet.
I love that you remember that. Did you know that the bars and restaurants are opening on the 4th of July?
Oh man, I can't wait. God, I can't wait for it all to come back to normal.
Something else is opening as well. I can't remember what it is though.
The people are going to go out there and be absolute slags. Imagine all the people who haven't,
Yeah, I know.
They're going to be like, right, let's go.
I know. Oh yeah, there's going to be a boom.
Yeah, you're going to smell it when you walk into town.
Ew.
You're going to smell the estrogen.
Why are you so
and the
disgusting?
testosterone. You're just going to smell it. It's going to be dense and thick in the air like a tar.
Not in Bath, it's not.
No, not in Bath. Everyone's about 98. All their chemicals have long dried up. It's like the oldest people. We're like the youngest people in Bath, and we're well old.
No, we're not.
We are old. Well, I'm old. I feel old anyway.
We're well old.
Actually, I'm not that old. I said well old, so that means I'm not that old.
Well
I'm still
old.
talking like the kids. I still got like a child. I'm quite
I remember
childish,
saying
so
that when I was like
got a low IQ,
17.
that means
well, before things
Yeah.
you're well fit. Do you remember that?
You're well fit. Yeah.
That was a good slang term.
What?
Fit.
Fit.
Yeah.
People still say, kids still say that, don't they?
I don't think
They say
probably...
on fleek now, I think. On fleek.
Well,
or they still say that? Was that from
No, I
years
don't
ago?
think so either. But fit was a good one. You're fit.
Oh, pang.
I'd love
That's
it
what
if
they
someone
say.
called me
She's
fit.
she's well
She's
pang.
fit.
She's pang.
Peng.
Pang. Yeah. Yeah.
What does
I know.
peng mean?
Pang. Pang. Pang.
Ping or pang?
Pang, I think. Pang. Oh god.
Peng.
Pang. Yeah, pang, I think.
P-E-N-G?
P-E-N-G. I think it's pang.
You had to write that on your thigh. Hypothetically.
I think that's the word they say.
Peng.
Oh, mate,
She's
she's
peng.
pang.
What's peng mean
she's
then?
Peng AF.
Like just hot.
I think so.
Why don't people just say hot?
Because this is the thing. What ages you is you don't know the slang.
Yeah, I
You don't
know,
say the
but
slang.
I don't
But
know
when you
any
start
of the
saying the
slang.
slang, you feel like an old person trying to be down with the kids saying the slang. So
Do
you
you
don't want to
remember?
say the slang.
Well, you always know what the slang means, but I remember asking, I think it was our friend Louise, I was like, what does AF mean?
He just likes the feel of it. It's not the normal paint that I buy, so it's much thicker, and he really likes it.
It's much bigger. Much bigger. Much.
You finished, Drew?
Let me have a look. How would I go?
Oh,
Oh, don't worry there.
Ha 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 ha.
It's funny how all paint with a kid just ends up
brown.
Do you want another beer? I haven't finished mine. We're on Singer, by the way, today.
I know, it's really,
Really
nice.
good. Imported from Thailand.
Bangkok.
Yeah, we should go to Thailand.
He really enjoyed that painting session.
But I personally would love to go back to Australia because I feel like that's where I want to live forever.
Too many flies.
But I also would love to experience somewhere new.
They got birds that attack you. They got those
Oh my god,
birds
you
that
need to
swoop
chill
you in
out about the
Australia.
birds. You didn't get swooped once in a month. Hi, baby. Yeah, Daddy will make you one.
I'm gonna make you one in a second, Ruby. Watch a bit more Paw Patrol.
Oh, look at him, I love.
Yeah.
Look at his rolls. I wish that I could
Is that very cute
have
stage
those
now, isn't it?
rolls and someone would be like, oh, how cute are
Yeah.
you with your rolls? I just want to eat pancakes and roast dinners and have rolls.
But no, Australia's full of these swooping birds, and they attack you if you're not wearing a hat with loads of like spikes all over it. They let the birds attack you without
They don't let the birds
killing the
attack
birds.
you.
They need to kill the
Steph's
birds out
being
there.
dramatic. You really like to over-dramatise everything. This is what I've learned after 8 years, is that everything is always longer.
You can't
Or more
leave the house
dramatised.
without worrying about a
Like,
magpie
when I hear you
swooping
tell
you
a
with its
story
big
to
beak and
somebody
claws
else-
attacking your head.
When-
They need to be culled.
When I hear you tell a story to someone else, it's always like longer and more dramatic than it actually was in real life, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. That's what you have to do in life.
Is
You
it?
can't ruin a story with just
Boys do
mundane
that.
facts. You have to spice it up a little bit. Add a little bit of salt and pepper in there. A bit of chili flakes. Give it a bit of spice.
I feel like you tricked me.
What?
Tricked me into marrying you. You added the salt and pepper, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, a lot of salt and pepper with you, Hannah. I had to add a ton. Everything had to be spiced up. Yeah, doing quite well actually financially. 1, 2. You moved it! But anyway, if you like this type of video, let us know, where it's more casual, just chatting stuff. What is that? What are you putting in a sentence? This is what I mean, I'm falling apart. It's the news that's doing this to me. Constant
I think,
horrific
you know,
news.
it's like,
It's killing
it
me.
reminds me of the breakdown that she has in Stranger Things when she starts putting the lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you start panning everywhere, and I'm like, okay, hun.
Yeah.
You okay?
I put foam everywhere all over my office. Because I
He's
think it helps.
padded his office.
I think it helps with the acoustics. But
It does.
Do you think so?
I mean, I
don't know if
couldn't
it
tell
makes any
you
difference.
yes or no, but I don't think you've got enough of
It
it.
sounds a bit richer in here, doesn't it?
Which also makes me think that you're crazy. But it's okay because I'm crazy too, so yay!
I don't say you're crazy. People that say they're crazy are the most uncrazy people in the world. You know, like they're sort of they're the Karens of the world. They're like, oh, I'm crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really crazy. You are the least crazy person. I'm absolutely mad, me. Oh, you are not mad. You're generic. You're the most generic thing I've ever seen.
Don't be a dick.
I'm not. I'm
He's
I'm
a
angry.
dick, him.
Oh, you're crazy. We both are.
Yeah, you're a dick.
Absolutely mental. We are.
God. Oh, please no.
Yeah, I'm naked. This is how I edit. Deal with it. We have some merch available. It's on our YouTube channel. You can look under store. You'll see some t-shirts and tote bags and hoodies. They feature insults, which we've collected over the years doing this because we're very unlikable. So people often say mean things about us, like they are so unrelatable, or they're insufferable hipster twats, or those sort of things. So I thought I'd commodify the insults and put them onto merchandise. So now you can buy t-shirts with the insults people have said about us on them. They've just got a small logo on the front and on the back, and small writing just on in between the shoulder blades. You'll get one of the insults. Anyway, let's get back to these absolute mental cases. I can't say that.
I just feel like I don't really have a thing. Like, some people have a thing, like whether it's they cook really well, or they do like childcare tips, or they're like fashion, or I don't know, like interiors or whatever. I just do everything but a little bit shit.
I know what you mean. You spread yourself thin
No,
over
I
lots of
just,
different
I'm
things.
really flippant and I can't decide what it is I actually like the most. So I just try and do everything shitly.
Yeah. Something will come along. You hope.
That's really good career advice
Yeah.
for anyone watching. Something will come along.
I should be a careers advisor, shouldn't I? Yeah, something will happen. Something will come along. You'll be fine. Anyway, next. What you found? Not great.
No, nothing. I sometimes like,
What?
I just really enjoyed this bit.
What?
Like that bit of
What?
fur.
Bit of fur on my
Yeah,
face.
because like,
Mm.
mine's like really soft.
Oh, lovely.
And
really
yours
soft.
is like really furry.
Yeah, it's really coarse, isn't it, and wiry.
Yeah, it's like what are those dogs?
Brillo
Airedale
Hound.
Terrier. It's like an Airedale
Don't say it
Terrier.
with a squinted face, like a hostile squinted face.
It's like
It's like an Airedale Terrier. Say it with love and affection, for Christ's sake.
an Airedale Terrier.
Ow, don't pull it.
This isn't.
You did. I just felt the pain.
This isn't.
You can't just say I didn't and expect me not to be like, oh, you didn't? Okay. The pain was my figment of my imagination.
Oh, shut up.
Hannah's getting drunk. We better go. She's had too much singer imported from fucking Thailand. Right, we're going to go now because we've got domestic stuff we need to do. But thanks for bearing with us while we took that time off, and apologies for all the true vets out there who watch us week after week, who missed us a little bit. Yeah, thanks for bearing with us, and we'll see you soon for more shenanigans. Oh, by the way, I found out a word the other day. A
Oh, please no. I've
already
heard it
told
like
Hannah.
5 times.
It's a great
now.
word.
I'm just going to lean back and like.
Get out of focus.
Yeah.
So you can't see the disdain.
Just going to lean back and finish this beer.
Shenanigator. It means somebody who instigates shenanigans. I love just looking at the love drain out of Hannah when I look at her after saying something truly horrific like that. Right, let's go. We got to go. We got to do some stuff. I got to do some writing. Got to do some stuff. Got to do some editing. Got to edit this monstrosity together. Thanks
I can
for watching.
do that.
What do you mean? How am I
Do you
do
want to
it?
peel my foot?
Oh, for Christ's
Oh,
sake!
look at it. It's like, look at the skin under there.
Oh.
Though. Look at that. Isn't that
No,
nice?
Coney, this is disgusting. Don't
No, it's
do
not. No, it's not.
that. Coney,
not
you're making me feel
disgusting.
physically sick. Please don't do that.
Can I say?
Yeah,
What's-
you can see. Look.
What is that?
That's some skin.
And it not hard?
No, it doesn't
Look,
hurt.
Ruthie, look. You're going to say goodbye to everybody.
No.
No. Here, do you tell everyone? Do you love Daddy? No. Do you love Mummy? Do you love Daddy? Come on, man. We're best friends. We're best buddies, aren't we? We're best friends, you and me. Yeah, we go back 2 years. Come on. See you later, everyone. Have a great week. I'm going to try and convince my child to love me again.
I wish that.
Are you stopping me from rounding this up
Oh,
now?
yeah, sorry.
And you're leaning back out of focus. See you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye,
Thanks for watching.
guys.
Bye-bye. Bye. Right, wish me luck editing that bad boy.
Don't envy you.
Do you remember Knightmare? That kids' TV game show from the late 80s, early 90s? Yeah, great show. One of the kids had to try and navigate this virtual world, which was kind of like medieval themed, and it was in like 32 bits. Loved it. That's it. Only one of the kids was allowed inside the virtual world, and he or she, mostly he to be fair, had to wear this creepy horned helmet.
Justice, of course, is blind. And when you don this helmet, you also become blind.
So his other 3 friends had to shout orders at him from another room.
David, James, Lucian, come. I'm David Hemp from Cranfield in Bedfordshire.
James Hoggett from Wootton, Bedfordshire.
Lucian Morris from Cranfield, Bedfordshire.
Their voices will reach you through the helmet.
Yeah, and it was basically impossible. Nobody ever completed it. I remember being a kid and wanting nothing more than to be on that show. Anyway, why are we talking about Knightmare? Because don't you feel like you're in a version of that TV show now? What are you going on about? Well, soon after George Floyd was murdered by that cop, a lot of us put black squares up on our Instagram accounts to show, I don't know, a sense of solidarity. It felt a bit like an empty gesture, but a lot of us didn't know what else we should do. We didn't want to do nothing, but at the same time we didn't know what something looked like. And that's when it started to feel a bit like I was inside this game show. I'm not following. Well, just like the boy in the virtual world, I had the helmet on, I couldn't see anything.
You're in a reasonably large room.
I had all these voices giving me these commands, hashtag this and say this and link to that, and I couldn't do it. Why not? Because I guess it felt a bit too much like lazy, condescending race posturing dressed up as lazy social media activism. It all felt far too performative.
Right, walk forward until I say stop. Stop. Turn right. Walk forward a bit. Stop. Turn right again.
I didn't want to just escape, I wanted to understand.
Continually, keep going. Left a bit. Right,
Stop, right.
Stop, right a bit. Right! Walk forward.
I didn't want to try and navigate a world that I couldn't see. Instead, I wanted to take off the horned helmet so I could try and see this world for myself. A world I've clearly been blinded to my whole life. Blinded to? How so? You see, I always thought not being a racist was enough. But after taking off this horned helmet, I realised that it's not enough. Especially if I'm some way complicit in a dysfunctional social, economic and political system that's stacked against minorities.
David, you're in a rocky cavern. You're standing on the edge of a chasm, right? So don't move.
The only way that we can create a fairer system is if we try to unplug ourselves from the system itself. Let's face it, your life would not have been the same if you weren't white. There would have been nuanced and subtle differences along your timeline, small hairline cracks that over years would grow into something far larger. Equally, if you were a beautiful, busty, red-headed lady with a taste for adventure and low moral standards, you would also have a completely different experience. Everybody has a completely different experience of life depending on so many different factors. Exactly. Now, the next question is, would those differences be positive or negative ones? Okay, I'm starting to see your point now.
The way to truth is tortuous. There is no correct route through the dungeon. But the right path can be found using logic and guile.
It's easy to shout and scream at someone who isn't morally aligned to you, but it's far harder to have those difficult conversations. And unfortunately, if we truly want a less divided world, that's exactly what we need to do. Or you could just do a hashtag. You know what, fuck it, you're right, let's just do that. Let's do a hashtag. Let's do a hashtag.